so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical. don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical, cold, 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 cold. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical, cold, 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 cold. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. You're so hypnotic, magical. Don't wanna let you know you're so hypnotic, magical. magical.
A cold day here at Spicer Field in Medford, Massachusetts for Game 2 of this exciting doubleheader between Tufts University and Amherst College. I'm here today with Jason Straight, who will be joining me on this incredible game this afternoon. We're going to be seeing some very good pitching today, as well as some very good batting. We saw in the first game of this doubleheader, Amherst losing to Tufts in a 3-0 complete game shutout. Credit to Sophia DeCoco for that. But today is going to be a little bit different this afternoon, as Moravec will be taking the mound for Amherst, who has been very, very dominant this year.
That's right, Zach. And she's much improved from her previous season with Amherst. Her last year, her ERA was just under 5, with a 0-7 record. But Zach, this season she's 3-0 with a 0.3 ERA, which is excellent and is good for second in the NESCAC. She has a 33-5 strikeout to walk ratio, and she is ready to show her stuff today.
That's honestly incredible. That improvement is just, you see that all the time in Major League Baseball as well as in other collegiate softball. It's just incredible to see, especially um, with her going from a 4 ERA to sub .5. That's incredible as well. So, Amherst putting out a pretty similar lineup to last time. We're going to go ahead and go through that now. Leading off for Amherst today will be the shortstop, America Rangel, followed by May Mishima at second. Lepard will play third today, and Abby Ripan will play first. She will likely come in later as a pitcher today. We saw her warming in the pen earlier. Daniel Torres-Wera will be playing left and batting fifth. The DP today, Emma Nordstrom. Dylan Briggs in right, who came in pitching earlier for the Mammoths. Laura Daniels catching today, and Abby Moravec will actually hit today in the 9-hole. Olivia Aitken, the center fielder, will be listed as the flex today, so she will not be hitting for now.
And something we can see from this lineup, Zach, is that Amherst pitchers, they do a heck of a lot. They not only do they pitch, they bat and they field. Danny Torres-Wera just pitched the majority of the first game of this doubleheader, and Dylan Briggs also pitched as well. And now they're going to be fielding today. They just do everything.
Yeah, and this Tufts lineup coming out now, the defensive lineup today, going to be pretty interesting to see as well. Pretty similar to last game, too. But for the Jumbos, leading off today will be the second baseman, Bella Jimenez, who's been playing way better this year. As we were talking about earlier, Jason. Caitlin Perucci at first today, batting second. The catcher, Sladen, in the 3-hole. And cleanup today will be Heaven Oliva at third base. Batting fifth will be the left fielder, Lauren Horita. Haley Lineback at short, batting 6. Emma Wingate, the DP, in the 7. Lindsay Newman, the center fielder, batting 8th. And batting in the 9-hole will be Kat Koabe in right. And pitching today and the flex will be the pitcher today, Fallon O'Connor.
That's right, Zach. And just taking a step back and looking at the context of this game, it'll be super interesting to see how Amherst will respond from last year, where they really got, to put it lightly, dominated by Tufts, getting outscored 16-0 in 2 games, out hit 26-4. Last game was pretty close. We'll see if they can keep it close again here today.
And here we go at Spicer. Rangel watches a ball go low, starting 1-0 at Spicer.
Yep, Ronhell didn't play last Friday. Not exactly sure why, but she has been very good for this Mammoths team so far this season.
Rangel last game went 0 for 3 against Sophia DeCoco. New pitcher now, though, so we'll see what happens. That one will fall for a strike. So now we're looking at a 1-1 count for the leadoff hitter. Pitch coming in. will be to the right. Good stop there by Sladen. 2-1.
Yeah, Ronhell certainly knows how to take a pitch. She's second. She actually leads the team, excuse me, in walks with 7. She's second on the team in on base percentage. So she's as a leadoff hitter. That's sort of what you want, is to get on base.
Bunt attempt falls foul. Runhill trying to get on base early, but that just drifted past the first base line. She'll go again, 2-2.
Yep, good idea. Not a bad bunt. As you said, just went foul. And she's again she's good at the plate. Knows how to work away around and at bat.
Runhill more of a contact hitter. No home runs yet. Grounds to Jimenez. Over to first, easy. 4-3 to start the game. 1 out so far.
And as you were saying, with Ronhell, that's pretty similar to the rest of this Mammoths lineup, just in terms of not really being a power hitting team. They only have 3 home runs on the season. You know, contrast that with Tufts. They're second in the NESCAC with 11. So they're gonna try and get on base with some small ball hitting.
Mishima grounds to the third baseman. Over to Perucci in time. 1 pitch at bat, and that'll be the second out very quickly for this Mammoths team.
A strong throw by Oliva there to get the out to Perucci at first. And that small ball that I was just mentioning, so far it's looked like a couple ground ball outs for Fallon O'Connor, which is great. They've been great for her. They've been pretty short at bat so far.
Top of the lineup, 0 for 2 so far. Lula Pard 0 for 3 against Akoko last game. She'll take strike 1 down the left-hand side.
Lepard, one of the several freshmen who have been huge contributors for this Mammoths team so far this season. She leads the team in hits and runs.
Connor checks the wristband, lets one fly. Line drive, that'll be a base hit. Lepard will get on board for the first time today as she rounds first. Nice hit there into center field there. Nothing they could do about that.
Yep, good piece of hitting just into shallow left center field. As I was talking about before, she also knows how to get on base. She's one of the best hitters on this Mammoths team, and now she's on base for Abby Rapan.
Ripan, the cleanup hitter, 1 for 3 in the doubleheader first game earlier today. She will take a strike on the outside corner to start off.
Good pitch by O'Connor. She's going to want to try and replicate what her partner in crime, Sophia DeCoco, did earlier today with that complete game shutout.
Takes a ball outside with a runner on first. Will now be an even count. O'Connor looking to get things started today. Her partner in crime, Sophia DeCoco, with an incredible complete game shutout earlier. I think she wants to do the same thing today. Get out of here in one piece. High fly ball to right field, going back towards the wall and caught by Kawabe. That will end the inning. Amherst will leave one on. It's still nothing here at Spicer after four batters.
No jumbo lanes, 1 Mammoth left on base.
All right, we're back here for the bottom of the first as the leadoff hitter, Bella Jimenez, comes to the plate.
This is number 10, Bella Jimenez.
Tufts lineup pretty similar to last time, Jared. It's Jimenez, Perucci, Sladen, Oliva, Harita, lineback, Wingate, Newman, and Karave. Leading things off as Jimenez will foul one back to the netting. 1-0.
Nearly went over the netting there.
Yeah.
Good thing it clipped there at the bottom. As we see catching for the Mammoths, we got Laura Daniels, which has been a change from the previous game. It was Emma Nordstrom. She's now the designated player for the Mammoths in this game. But yeah, Jimenez, so far this season, improved stats. from the previous.
Line drive into center field. Going back for it is going to be Aitken, and she'll grab it. And a fly out after 2 pitches there for
Yep.
Jimenez, who will start 0 for 1 for today.
Good snag by Aitken. As I was saying before, Jimenez, it's a couple years ago she was a first-team All-NESCAC player. A bit of a disappointing season last year, but this year as a leadoff hitter, much improved, getting that average up, and being a great on leadoff hitter for these jumbos.
Talking about another hot bat here, it's Caitlin Perucci now up to bat. She has been incredible this year, Jason.
That's right, Zach. And her average, funny enough, is on the low side for her, considering she's a 400 career batter. But just for this Jumbos team, especially with the losses of Josie Steinberg, Rachel Moore, some of the best hitters on this team, she's really had to step up and be sort of a leader for this team.
First swing and miss for either team today as Perucci tries to swing at a low ball in the dirt. So 1-1 count now as Morchek loads right field. Going back for it is Briggs, and that'll be caught as well. 2 flyouts to start the day for Jimenez and Perucci, but it's going to be Sladen now looking to change things here.
Yep, Mammoth started out a couple of ground outs, 2 ground outs for them to start. Now the Jumbos choosing to hit the ball a little bit further in the air with a couple flyouts so far. Sladen gonna try and get on base here.
Sladen stands ready in the box for Moravec. And that nearly hits her. That one went low and left, so that'll start 1-0 for her.
Couple hit batters for the Jumbos today. But you're right, it was pretty close to her feet, just a bit outside. And she's stepping up here. She's second on the team in RBIs, no one on base, but another improved hitter for the Jumbos from last season.
Moravec deals high, 2-0 now. She's got a good eye, too. And she'll look to try to get a free pass here. She already nearly did earlier, but now 2-0 count with 2 outs here.
She had a pretty good game last year against the Mammoths. Hit a homer, actually.
Tries to swing at a low ball, foul, 2-1. Sladen last game went 1 for 2 before being substituted out for the pinch hitter Lindsey Newman. But she's looking to try to add on another hit to that total today.
One of 3 Jumbos to hit a homer in that last series between these two teams last season.
Another foul tip. Catcher will glove that. 2-2. Correction, that just dribbled back foul. That wasn't a foul tip, but 2-2 count now, even for the hitter. She's going to want to make this full here. Give Moravec a tough payoff pitch here. Low, she does exactly that. Now full for Sladen.
Seems like Moravec is trying to get her to chase a little bit. The pitches have been a bit inside. Sladen, not Jumbos didn't have a lot of walks in that first game. I think they might have had 1 or 2.
They only had 2, yeah.
Only had 2. So we'll see here if Sladen can work this count. Excuse me.
High fly to left. Coming in for that is going to be. Oh, she drops it. That turned from a routine flyout to a double.
Yeah, but that was great on Sladen for continuing to run. If she was just jogging, she would have only made it to first, but she kept on going, made it to second. This has been an underrated issue for the Mammoths. They have the worst fielding percentage, excuse me, in the NESCAC, and they actually had 2 errors in the first game. So, and 1 was in the outfield. Let's see if that comes back to bite them, especially considering Heaven Oliva is now up to the plate.
Yeah. That will be scored as an error, but I was thinking that would be a end of the inning. She tries to go. She'll go to third as the passed ball gets by Daniels, and now there's a runner on third.
Yep.
So any ball in play that's not a fly ball will now score the runner. So Tufts trying to get on the board very early here.
Yep, 2-out rally, and again, no one you want on the plate more than Heaven Oliva. She leads the team in RBIs, among many other stats, which I'm sure we'll discuss throughout this game, but we'll see if she can bring home Slaton.
Morchek trying to get out of this very early jam caused by the error. Line drive over to the shortstop, over to the first baseman, and that will be the end of the inning, getting out of that scary error early. after the dropped fly ball and left in the pass ball.
No runs, no hits. There was one
No score still at Spicer, still 0-0 as we go into the top of the second. We'll be right back. Back for the top of the second here at Spicer will be Torres Guerra now up to bat, who just committed the error in left field on that fly ball earlier, which nearly caused a runner to score early. Still 0-0 though, as Morvek was able to get out of the jam. Fallon O'Connor loads in a strike to start things off. And we now got a pitcher's count here very early.
Yeah, but no strikeouts yet from either pitcher. Just been a bunch of groundouts for the Mammoths, a bunch of flyouts for the Jumbos.
That one will go into right field, base hit, and she will look to apologize to her teammates by getting a base hit.
Yeah, you could say that, Zach. She's a good hitter for these Mammoths, and again, we're talking about the two-way players that they have at the pitching position. Danny Torres Guerra, fourth on the team in hits with 11, adding on to that with 12 now.
Pitch goes low and on the corner for strike one, as Nordstrom now will look to try to advance the runner.
Nordstrom, one of their best players last season, in a disappointing year for Amherst. She is once again, one of their better hitters.
Double play ball here, and not in time for the double play, but one runner out at second. So will be marked as an infield hit.
Yeah, but the ump over there looked like for a second he was about to call Nordstrom out, but then sort of hesitated and then looked like calling it safe there at the last second. So good on Nordstrom to get to the first base bag in time before the double play was able to be executed.
Strike one, swing and miss for Dylan Briggs. As we were talking about, Amherst has 4 two-way pitchers on this team, and she is one of them. She came in earlier for relief in that previous game, but she will now bat 7th. Takes another strike down the middle, quickly in a hole here, 0-2 with a runner on first.
Yeah, and not only is she one of their better two-way players, she's one of their better batters in general. She leads the team in RBIs, second in hits with 14.
Outside, good take by Briggs as she gets a ball back in this count.
Just like Moravec, she's a very improved pitcher as well. Just an improved player overall and having an amazing season for the Mammoths.
The thing you don't want to do for Briggs is hit a ground ball here, because that will induce a double play. That's what Fallon O'Connor wants, but that's what Briggs doesn't want. That's
right.
The only way you cannot get this ball in play here is a ground ball towards the shortstop.
Yeah, but she's been working her way back into the count. Was down in the hole 0-2. Now it's back tied up 2-2.
Swings foul. Came a little high on the bat, got contact to the bottom side, so it'll roll back. So still 2-2 here.
Good getting the part of her bat on it. It was almost nearly a strikeout. It looked like it might have been a foul tip dropped by the catcher, but you're saying it was dropped on the ground. So
Ground ball foul. So do it all over again here.
might have been better for the Jumbos that it was foul. That would have been a tough play for Oliva to turn back over to first.
Yeah.
He also had second base, so.
Yeah, exactly. But 2-2 count now for Dylan Briggs. She's looking to advance that runner in any way she can. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Goes down swinging. That'll be the first K of the day for Fallon O'Connor.
Yeah, that was a great pitch there, Zach. Down in the inside corner. Just rolling it right past Dylan Briggs. That's the first strikeout of the day. For Fallon O'Connor, she hopes to see a couple more. She's not a big strikeout pitcher, but gets one there.
Amherst had only 3 Ks swinging last game. The 3 victims were Mishima, Primovic, and Rowe. But now Daniels looking to not be the next victim of Fallon O'Connor here as she hits a line drive down the right field foul. So quickly in an 0-2 hole once again. This time with 2 outs, though. But yeah, that Fallon O'Connor strikeout was a huge out early. And now you're getting Daniels in here, who didn't hit last game, but now she knows she cannot get this ball into a bad situation here. So huge pressure at bat for her early.
And but Daniels, another freshman for the Mammoths, getting some decent playing time. Not a lot though, but in her time, in her at bats, she's had some decent success.
Ground ball to Aaliyah. Over to first. Perucci, great grab at first. That'll retire Daniels and end the inning here as we still remain scoreless here at Spicer. We'll be right back at the bottom of the second with Horita heading next right here in JumboCast. Here at Spicer, we're going to take a look at Amherst's defensive lineup today. Pretty similar to what they did last game, with just with the difference behind the dish. Daniels this time catching, but Morvek pitching, and the infielders are a pretty standard lineup for Amherst here, with Ripon at first, Mishima at second, Ronhell at short, and Lepard at third, and the outfielders consisting of Torres-Wara, Aitken, and Briggs. Anything you could really tell us about this defensive lineup today, Jason? Anything we should be looking out for the rest of this game?
That's right, Zach. I mentioned this a bit earlier. They're out of the teams in the NESCOC, they do have the lowest fielding percentage, and we've seen an error so far in this game, 2 errors in the previous. It hasn't cost them in this game right now, but it's something to look out for.
Lauren Harita, the left fielder last game, and we'll play left again. Line drive into center, going back, base hit. We'll go towards the wall. She's rounding for second, and she'll stay there. So Lauren Harita on a first pitch leadoff double. That's the first hit of the day for the Bows.
Yep, Zach, and she's one of the power hitters, one of the premier power hitters of this team. She was their best one last season. She would have been this season if it were not for the crazy success of Heaven Oliva. But getting a double here to lead off is pretty important for these Jumbos. She had some success against the Mammoths last season as well.
Haley Lineback, the shortstop, now up. Last game went 1 for 2 with a walk, and she'll line that one foul into the Amherst bullpen, 0-1.
Jumbos have been getting some decent contact, whether that's the flyouts or the foul balls. They're just not getting the luck. Is what's going on. They're getting caught by the outfielders. Harita, as I was saying before, homered in her last series against the Mammoths last season, and so again starting off some good power hit and getting the double there, back at the wall.
Lineback calls for time. She'll step out of the box here for a brief minute. Morvek was waving off some pitches from Daniels and looking towards the towards the dugout. So Lineback just stepped back, wasn't ready for it with the timing. So 0-1 count now for Haley Lineback, the shortstop. Morvek winds high. 1-1 still. Harita looked like she was stepping off a second as the throw came off, so look out for that on the base paths here.
Lineback had a pretty good game. The previous game in this doubleheader, she had an RBI on a bases loaded walk, and she also had a hit.
1-1. High again. 2-1 here is Mishima now looking to cover second a little bit more closely with Harita starting to threaten a steal towards third.
Moravec looking to find some control here. She's actually the reigning NESCAC pitcher of the week for softball, following 2 performances of 10 strikeouts and 12 strikeouts, which is absolutely unbelievable. So far, we haven't seen that same kind of command in this game.
Another high ball, as you mentioned, losing the command a little bit. 3-1. You got a huge hitter's count here for Haley Lineback. Now, if you're the Tufts softball coach, are you giving Lineback a green or red light here?
Well, she's been showing that she's Moravec is. I was gonna say no green light, considering that she hadn't really been finding the strike zone. Now, though, I might consider giving the green light to Lineback.
Yes. I would have also tried to draw the walk there, and she was thinking the same thing too. Didn't even try to swing at that pitch as that one hit low in the zone. Full count now, though, for Moravec as Lineback stands ready to go. And that's going to pass a ball, so she'll go to first quickly. And Harita will also move to third.
Yep, and Lineback would have been moving to first regardless, but because that ball went back to the behind the catcher, Laura Daniels, it allowed Lauren Harita to move to third. And now, just like that, the Jumbos have runners on the corners with 0 outs. There were a couple innings in the prior game where the Jumbos had the bases loaded either with 1 out or 0 outs, and they were able to get 1 run, based on a walk or a bunt, but they weren't able to truly take advantage of those opportunities. So they'd like to do that here.
Emma Wingate shows bunt, but takes it back, but not enough as that will go to a 0-1 count. And Haley Lineback still second during that pitch, but the umpires coming towards center. Some discussion happening between what appears to be Lepard, and the umpires there. Not sure what that was for, but and the dugout. Not sure what the ruling is there, but something must have happened. Just ruling it as a strike.
It was good up by Lineback to steal the base, though. It takes out the double play.
Yes, exactly. That's a huge steal there by Lineback. Both runners in scoring position.
Ooh.
That's going to be a easy foul ball to catch for Daniels and a quick out there. Not really what you want to do in that situation, but for Amherst, that's a critical out.
That's right. That wasn't a bunt, though, was it? That was
just a very weak
fly
ball.
Yeah, that was interesting physics there behind that. I mean, I might have been off her hands, but it was a full swing that ended up just right above the plate. So
I'm gonna count that in my book as an F2. Moravec going, and does she go? She did. So that will be strike 1 for Lindsay Newman.
Newman, one of the more senior players on this Jumbos team, looking to contribute. She doesn't get a ton of at bats throughout the season so far, but she's going to look to capitalize, try and drive in some runs for the Bows.
Newman only appeared as a pinch runner in the last game, scored a run as another ball nearly gets by Daniels. The control once again for Moravec being an issue here today. Not really what you usually see from her. Her walk rate's pretty low. 1-1 count for Lindsay Newman. Swing and a miss, and that'll take it to 1-2. Favorable count for Moravec here.
And Moravec's challenging Newman with some high-speed pitches in the strike zone. She's going to keep on doing that. She's seeming to find her control a bit at this at-bat.
Critical out here for Amherst if they get it. Did she go? No. High. That'll be a 2-2 count now. Great take there by Newman.
Yep. Almost swung around, but didn't go the full way. It's imperative if you're the Jumbos to get some early success here, considering Moravec's premier pitching in her past couple of games. This is, if there's one crack in the armor, it would be this inning, and they need to take advantage of that if they want to win this game.
Very quickly, Lindsay Newman works a full count now. Great at-bat for her so far, but she needs to solidify this out. Wow, what a strikeout by Morvek. Left corner inside to send her down looking. Backwards K.
Yep, an absolutely great pitch from Moravec, and she needed that. It's 2 outs now. Only one more gets you out of the inning.
9-hole hitter Kat Kawabe now coming up to the plate. Last game, she was 0 for 3, but did record an RBI and a sac fly.
Big swing there. Ball down low, but Moravec starting to get in a bit of a rhythm here following those big hits from Harita and lineback.
This is the most critical at-bat of the day so far for both teams. Amherst wanting to get out of this 2 runners in scoring position jam. Tufts wanting to score. She takes the ball high for 1-1.
Excuse me, it wasn't a hit from lineback, but instead it was a bit of that wild pitch that got past Daniels that allowed her to advance. But still, regardless, the point remains. She seems to be getting a bit more control in her pitches.
Morvek now high again. 2-1 now. Showing good poise here. Standing back in the box, strong here with the hitters count. 2-1 for Kawabe. She's looking to get on base here and continue this. Another ball low. That's going to be a 3-1 count here. Looking towards the third base coach now to see if she has a light. She steps out of the box.
Something we're noticing here is these have been some high pitch count at bats for Moravec. That's 2 straight with 3 balls.
Kawabe takes strike 2. So now a full count here. And once again, one of the most critical pitches of the day for Morvek. Will she get another strikeout here, or will she continue this rally for the Bows inadvertently?
It's a big moment for Kawabe. She's a freshman, has shown some good quality here for the Jumbos.
Left field foul. That's in Jared Cohen's backyard.
Hopefully no one's got any damage in their house or their cars, but a good swing, just foul. She Kawabe is actually fifth in RBIs for Tufts with 5 on the season. She's going to look to add it here, but again, a crucial moment.
3-2. Left field line. Fair ball. 1 run in. Another run rounding third, and 2 runs are in on the RBI single by Kat Kawabe. The freshman does it again.
What a moment for Kawabe. She's been putting the ball into play in recent games. She had 2 hits on Friday. She's just continuing to add on success for her freshman campaign, and a huge moment for the Jumbos. And that's just backbreaking if you're Moravec and the Mammoths.
That was a critical at-bat for the Bows, and they did an incredible job to get 2 runs on the board here. Incredible at-bat there. As the lineup resets, Bella Jimenez now with a runner on, looking to continue things.
Yep, a great piece of hitting. You could see what she was trying to do on that foul ball before. Just got more of it here, which kept it fair just to the right of the third base bag, and it allowed 2 runs to score.
Leopard wasn't able to do anything with that ground ball with the position she took there either. That defensive line against Kawabe, not sure if that was a scouting report mishap, but she pulled that one right down the left field line. It just stayed fair, and that brings in 2 for the Bows. 1-1 count, and hit and run here. Kawabe.
Looked like a foul there.
Yeah, looked like a foul. I thought that was fair, but there's an individual blocking my view of third, so I wasn't able to see it go out. Jimenez, 1-2 count. Morvek looking to get out of this inning here.
And she's been throwing a decent amount of pitches. The Mammoths do have Abby Revhan as well.
Daniels loses the ball, but Kawabe doesn't exit first.
Yeah, but luckily for Daniels, it was sort of spinning right in front of her within the box. But yeah, as I was saying before, they do have Abby Revhan to come in and pitch as well in relief, but also she's been a starter for them as well. They have.
Jimenez, looks like Morvek took time there, so
It's interesting with Amherst. They, in addition to all of their pitchers being 2-way players, they have like a 4-woman rotation as compared to Tufts, who really primarily uses DeCoco and O'Connor.
Foul ball back. That'll land just behind our press box here as we continue with a 2-2 count for Jimenez.
Wouldn't it be great to catch a ball
Yeah.
during a game? I
I'd
mean, I
love-
feel like it's possible.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think it's possible here.
yeah,
Just get above the net here. It's just got to drift a little back.
that would be a cool moment.
Yeah. Ground ball to short. Flip over for the force out, and that'll end the inning here. Good play in the infield by Amherst to end this out. End this inning. Tufts getting 2 runs on the board here. Jason, anything to add?
Just a great piece of hitting from Kawabe, and now O'Connor has a bit of space to work with the 2 runs, like DeCoco did in the previous game. That was a pitcher's battle. We'll see what happens today. We'll see if the Mammoths can sort of catch up, but O'Connor's been doing well so far, and we'll see if she can keep it up.
We'll be back here on JumboCast in a moment with Fallon O'Connor taking back the mound now with a little bit of insurance.
Is the pitcher number 12.
All right,
Andy Mervis.
back here on JumboCast. Ooh. And that'll be a very quick out there as the ground ball went straight to Fallon O'Connor. 1 pitch, 1 down.
Great fielding from O'Connor there. She was fortunate to have that ball bounce into her glove, but still great reaction time and good quick throw to Caitlin Perucci over at first.
Lineup resets now. Ron Hell will step up, face O'Connor a second time as the ball falls into the strike zone. 0-1.
Now, if you're the Mammoths, you're going to want to get some players on base just to at least create some pressure for O'Connor. She's mostly been kept the base paths pretty empty. There was the near double play that Nordstrom hit into, and that sent a player to second base. It would have, but other than that, there hasn't been a player past second.
And that'll be another ball. It's a 2-1 count early for Ron Hell. Just checking my scorebook. I wrote down Daniels wrong, so I was trying to correct that on my iPad. Ron Hell, grounder to the shortstop over to Perucci, gets it in time, and that'll be the second out very quickly as Ron Hell will go down for the second time today.
Perucci flashing some leather, having to extend a bit on a slightly low throw from lineback. Those 2 players specifically having switched positions from last season, lineback being primarily a first baseman last year, and Perucci not playing shortstop but being in the outfield. So there has been some fielding movement for this team, but Perucci looks to be very comfortable over at first.
Mishima will ground 1 foul, dribbles off the right-hand side, so we'll be 0-1 to start for her. Mishima earlier with a ground out to the third baseman on a great throw by Olifa, as that one will fall into the dirt to make it 1-1.
This is a player, if you're the Mammoths, that you want to get on base. She leads the team in stolen bases, so if you're not getting some big hits, which we don't really see the Mammoths do, playing small ball, stealing bases, that's imperative.
Ground ball to lineback, over to Perucci, another ground out, 3 ground outs to end this inning, all 3 retired by Fallon O'Connor as we go into the bottom of the third. Amherst still yet to score on JumboCast. back here on Spicer Field. And as we were just mentioning, Amherst scoreless after 3. And unfortunately for the Mammoths, Jason, this has been a trend.
Yep, that's right, Zach. And while they've played Tufts closer today, this game, the prior game today, and then their 2 games last season, that's been a 3.5 game scoring drought. That's right. The Mammoths haven't scored any runs against the Jumbos in those games. So they're gonna try and change that today, obviously. But overall, Amherst I think is a much improved team from last season. They already have more wins this season than they had all of last year. Their pitching has been much improved, and we've seen that sort of from Torres Ware last game and Moravic's success, even if it hasn't been as much today, but her success throughout the season so far.
Moravec will paint the outside top corner for strike 1, and that's also another thing too. Last game they played, Moravec pitched 2 innings and gave up 8 earned runs last game they played in 2 innings. But, however, we have a completely new version of Moravec on the mound. She came into today with a 0.3 ERA, so very, very different pitcher on the mound today.
That's right.
Jimenez 0-1. Apologies, this is Caitlin Perucci. I cannot read numbers.
Sorry, Jimenez, of course, closing out the previous inning for the Jumbos. Now we see the all-star first baseman, Caitlin Perucci.
Jimenez got out on a fielder's choice last inning, and I didn't write that down. But she fouls one off Perucci, and that'll make it a 0-2 count. They added a 3rd strike to the scoreboard, so now they got to reset it.
She did not, in fact, strike out for the people watching at home. She doesn't do that a lot, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
Last year against Amherst, she had 6 combined hits throughout the 2 games, including 4 ribbies and a home run. So I think we've said Harita homered, Slayton homered, Perucci homered. Fun fact: those 3 homers were more than Amherst had hit that entire season. So that was
Oh.
I mean, it was good hitting by the Jumbos. I'll just say that.
2-2 count as the ball goes outside. Now full count for Perucci.
But I mean, again, Amherst has been. I mean, they have. I believe they're 9-6 now, following the prior loss to the Jumbos today. But again, they've been much better this year, especially the pitching than last season, and it's been great to see.
Ground ball to short, over to first, but she'll beat it out and not in time, and she will be safe at first. Will reach on an infield single.
Yep, and just nothing really you can do there with the speed of Perucci, and it was relatively deep over in the in left in the infield.
Yeah.
And just like that, Jumbos have a woman on to start out the game.
Now we have a mound visit.
Excuse me.
Now we have a mound visit for, it looks like, Ron Hell. Not sure what's going on. It looks like she's leaving the game. So, not too sure what happened there, but it looks like we're going to have a change at short. It'll be number 5, Jenna Holmes, the sophomore infielder, will come in to replace Ron Hell at short. Something must have happened on that throw over to first, which may have contributed to her reaching safely, but Ron Hell now out of this game, and I'm imagining she will now be heading leadoff.
That's right, Zach, and that's a pretty big loss for the Mammoth. She's a good leadoff hitter. As I was saying before, gets on base a decent amount. Jenna Holmes came in Ron Hell's place on Friday, excuse me, in their 2 games then. So she has played some time for this Mammoth team so far this season, and she's going to look to replace Ron Hell here.
Yeah.
And we hope that Ron Hell is okay.
Yes, obviously we don't speculate here on JumboCast at all. We just hope that Ron Hell is okay. But this game must go on. Jenna Holmes now will play the 6, and the new batter up in Sladen. Ground ball foul. That went past Lepard. No play there. 0-1 is the count for Sladen, the catcher.
Couple of hard hit balls so far over to that left side. Slayton, of course, getting on base already. She's going to look to do that again.
Sladen reached on an error earlier. That left field dropped fly ball. The pitch. Another drive to left. That's going to drift foul.
Another hard hit ball to the left.
Close, but no cigar. She'll go back for the 0-2 count.
Yep, and she's itching to get one. It looks like, maybe another homer
I
against
think-
the Mammoths. Excuse me, like last season. The Jumbo's second in the NESCAC in home runs, with 11, and so far no home runs by either team today.
Yes, only doubles today. 3 extra base hits in the last game. High. That'll be ball 1.
And it might have something to do a bit with the wind, which is making it quite cold here in
Yes,
Bedford, Massachusetts.
We're sitting outside today where our hands are freezing. I just feel bad for you. You got no hat on.
Yeah, I didn't bring a hat. I didn't bring gloves either, unfortunately, but it's all right. It's all right.
Ground ball. Ron Leopard will do a great job of gloving that. Was that in time? Yes! What a great defensive play from Lepard. She grounded that right on the bag as it was taking an awkward bounce and just threw it straight over to Ripan for the out. I thought she was for sure going to reach based on how that ball was bouncing.
Yep, it was a great throw by Lepard and great catch over there, grabbing it against the third base bag and quickly getting up and throwing it over to Ripan at first base. It does allow Perucci to advance, putting another runner in scoring position for Oliva.
Having Oliva, the third baseman, 2 for 3 last game, and she'll take a nice line drive base hit into right field, coming in to score. Safe. Perucci gets another one on the board with Heaven Oliva hitting an RBI single here in the bottom of the third. It's now 3-0 Tufts.
Yep, and that's Perucci's third run of the day so far. The ball that Oliva had hit took a bit of a strange bounce for the Mammoths right fielder, Dylan Briggs, allowing Perucci to score. And again, we've talked about it so far. Oliva leads the team in RBIs, adds another one on here, leads the team in on base, slugging, OPS. Probably the best hitter for the Jumbo so far, which
Yes.
it's just been a really big boost. Again, as we've mentioned earlier, the losses of Josie Steinberg and Rachel Moore, some of their best hitters.
Heaven Oliva being subbed off here. Pinch runner now in at first.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Pinch running for the Jumbos at first base is number 1, Sarah Cohen.
Sarah Colin now coming in. The speedster, I had her down as one of the fastest players on this team. She'll now take first with 1 out.
Yep, definitely has experience stealing bases. Jumbos haven't really stolen a lot of
Look at her.
bases so
Look
far.
at- She's on a block right now. She's going to run here. Foul ball, but passed. She will go to second easily.
Yeah, but she was going there either way, but
Yes.
just made it a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Another pass ball behind Daniels. Looked like it would almost hit Harita up high, but
Yes.
looks like she was able to back out of the way in time.
Colin also looking like she's going to go here. Ravik probably going to quick pitch this one here. Runner goes from second, foul. Sarah Colin, the sophomore from Norfolk, Mass. So far this year batting .231. But she'll now take the 4. Harita, a good hitter herself here, looking to get another run on the board here with Colin in scoring position. Pitch, high fly ball. Colin will tag. Caught by Briggs, and she'll return to second quickly.
Yep. Not really deep enough for Colin to make a run to third. Harita hitting a fly. And yeah, there's 2 outs. Still a runner in scoring position. Lineback has had some good success today. And she's gonna look to capitalize here, build on a steady cushion that the Jumbos have built up so far.
Lineback had the walk earlier that scored eventually a run. And that will be low for ball 1. She, like we said earlier, she's got a good eye, and she's not afraid to use that eye. So look out for that. Sarah Colin, once again, looking like a track star. She's going to sprint to third as soon as this ball hits the bat. Runner goes. Line drive into center, going towards the wall. sits right below the national championships lettering, and Cullen will easily score going to third. No throw. She scores an RBI triple.
That is something you do not see every day. An RBI triple from Haley Lineback. I believe the only triple so far this season for the Jumbos was by Heaven Oliva, and that adds another one for this Jumbos team. Just a great piece of hitting, splitting the outfielders and driving home another run for the Jumbos. It's already 4-0 in the third inning.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there exactly, but it looks like they just weren't able to get a clean throw from second. And lineback looked like she was going to go to third regardless with the second out.
Yeah,
She
kept on running. Yeah, those just great piece of hitting again. Already 4 runs for the Jumbos. And Laura Daniels going over to talk to her pitcher, Abby Morovic.
Also, the infielders also visiting as well. Maybe want to prevent that type of miscommunication from happening again in the future.
And just sort of needing a timeout, I think, for Morovic.
Everyone needs a little bit of time to reset after that. That one was a little bit of a interesting play, to say the least. But runner on third now for Emma Wingate. That one looked in the zone, but that's called a ball. So 1-0. That was right over the middle, but just slightly high according to the blue. So 1-0 count now. Did she go? Yes, that will be 1-1. So Wingate will record a swinging strike. Wingate earlier flew out to the catcher on that weird, as Jason said earlier, some weird physics. But she's looking to put those physics behind her now with 1-1. Daniels does a good job blocking that low pitch in the dirt. Will be 2-1.
She could use physics to her advantage if she uses the launch angle to get a good hit there, you know?
I think she can, yeah.
I feel like if she knew physics well enough,
Not there.
Yeah, yeah. But Wingate, not one of the consistent starters for this Jumbos team, but she has an opportunity here, up 4-0, to try and get some stats up on her resume, driving home lineback.
Wingate 2-2 now, even count for Moravec. Up high again, works a full count. And now you're looking at a concerning count for Moravec with a runner on third. Last thing you want to do is let her get a ball in play.
Yeah, and it's another full count as well for Moravec. Her pitch count, although I'm not exactly sure what it is, it must be decently high for only 3 innings up to this point.
Walks her. So she'll take the free base. Wingate on for the first time today as Lindsay Newman will now come in. Had the strikeout looking earlier, but now looking to get a hit on her score sheet for this second game of the doubleheader. To answer your question, I'm not too sure what the pitch count is. It's saying 64 for Moravec right now.
Yeah, 64 through 3 is not what you want to see. And again, they still have Abby Rebhan. Right now she's over at first, but she was warming up in the pen earlier.
Shows bunt, brings it back, strike one, but it will be a stolen base for Emma Wingate. She'll take second, 2 runners in scoring position now.
Yeah, but the Jumbos have been drawing a pretty good amount of walks so far in this game. If Newman could somehow get on base, that would bring up Kat Kawabe, I believe, who already has that 2 RBI single earlier today. So for her to have the bases loaded, that would be a great opportunity to break this game open if you're the Jumbos.
Exactly. Lindsay Newman, 0-1 count, takes outside. And both runners are taking some considerable leads after this pitch is thrown. They know that Moravec is struggling with the control a little bit. There's been some pass balls. They want some free bases if they can get it. Moravec winds. Outside, actually, no, not outside. That was a strike, so 1-2 count.
Yep, outside corner. Good pitch from Moravec. Now Newman is down in the count 1-2. We're going to see if Moravec can get out of this inning with only 2 runs, which would be huge considering there's runners on second and third currently.
Getting out of this jam here is critical, and she'll swing and miss, but ruled foul, came off the handle.
Oh wow, I didn't. At
I-
first, I
I
didn't
thought
think.
she missed that.
Yeah,
too. I thought that came off of the glove like a passed ball, but umpire ruled it hit the handle, so that will be foul.
And that could potentially be a good break for Newman, depending on what happens next in this at bat. We'll see here.
The pitch. High fly towards the third baseman. Coming in for it is going to be the shortstop, Holmes, who makes a defensive play after she subs in for Hell, and that'll end the inning and get her out of this jam. Tufts adding 2 to the score. It's now 4-0 here at Spicer. Jason, what are the takeaways from that inning for Amherst?
Well, for Amherst, it's just Moravec. It's an increased pitch count. Couldn't get some of those, getting out of some at bats that she might have wanted. And just again, great pieces of hitting from Leinbach, hitting it into that right field gap, and just getting runners home. The Jumbos have been taking a bit more advantage of their opportunities than they did in the first game of this doubleheader, and it's resulted in a 4-0 lead as we head into the top of the fourth.
So we're going to stay here on JumboCast. I believe we had another fielding change. Looks like Heaven Oliva will sub back in at third for Colin. So Oliva will be back in the game. The eraser is not working on my iPad.
That's a great piece of technology.
Yes. I love having the iPad as I tend to write in pen on my books. And when I write on the books with my pen, I sometimes write down the wrong thing and then I just have to cross it out and move over another row. It just doesn't work.
It's like the best of both worlds,
Exactly. Strike one taken by the next batter for Amherst Leopard.
Before I would write out my notes in a lot of my classes, but this semester I've done a bit more typing, and I think it served me well.
Another outside corner strike two, so she's in a hole quickly here. Fallon O'Connor looking to keep this game scoreless. You know what would be really interesting today? If we see 2 complete game shutouts. I don't want to jinx anything.
Well, I think you might have, but we'll see.
Outside, ball 1.
I feel like that jinxing happens here a lot on JumboCast.
I tend to jinx a lot too. I remember last game I was commentating Weed and I was like, he hasn't hit a home run before, and then out to left field and it's gone. So
We have our director on this broadcast is also known for jinxing, so we'll see if if Zach just gave any bad juju to O'Connor, but so far it looks like that's unlikely. But
those that don't know are longtime fans of JumboCast will know Jake Flossie, who's behind the computer today. Ground ball over to the second baseman. Perucci underhand gets it in time. That'll be the first out. Yeah, Jake Flossie has been on some memorable calls. Some good, some bad, but not bad, but some unlucky. I'd like to apologize to Jake.
But yeah, another ground ball out. I mean, that seems like it's O'Connor's bread and butter here today.
Yeah, I have 4 straight ground outs.
Yeah.
Daniels to the third baseman, Moravec to the pitcher. Actually, no, I have 5 straight ground outs. Daniels, Moravec, Holmes, or Rangel, Mishima, Leonard have all grounded out to the infield.
And then that first inning too was a couple ground outs.
She looks to be inducing ground balls today, and that's usually a good strategy. That'll be fouled off into the bullpen, so 0-1 to start.
0-2 now.
0-2, apologies. They didn't update the score.
So Rebhan is down in the count now. We'll see if she can throw a strikeout here, which again, I think we've only seen 1 or 2 total strikeouts from both teams so far in this game. Oh.
Swings and hits her in the thigh, so that'll be foul. And bouncing back, so 0-2 still for Rebhan.
Rebhan, the freshman, she's been one of the best all-around players. She's second in RBIs, third in hits, fourth in average, and of course she's been dealing as well in the pitcher position. It's just a very unique aspect of this Mammoths team.
Looks like she wanted to go for that ball in the dirt, but pulled back just in time. 1-2. Rebhan earlier flew out to right. Swing. Base hit into the left field. She'll take a base. That'll be the first hit in a while for this Mammoths team.
Now she's going to set up her fellow pitcher, Danny Torres-Wera, to try and get some runners in a dangerous spot for O'Connor and the Jumbos, which they just haven't been able to do so far.
Torres-Vera, ball high, so it'll be 1-0. Now, the one thing I wonder is if you have so many two-way players, are you also a little bit better at kind of understanding the pitchers coming into these at-bats too? Does that have a factor of how some of these two-way players have had such better batting averages for Amherst than their counterparts?
It's an interesting thought there, Zach. If I had pitched before while also hitting, I would be able to give you a better idea. But I think it must help. Knowing the mind of a hitter, and knowing the mind of a pitcher really when you're up to bat.
And that's going to go foul. That's going to end up in the backyard of Jaron Cohen's neighbor.
I think there's a lot of balls that are ending up in the backyards over there. Those houses towards left field. I'm not sure if the people back home can see. Our fellow JumboCast member Jared supposedly lives over there. Although
It's all the time about hopping those fences, so he's got to live somewhere over there. I just don't know where.
I'm not exactly sure.
Not gonna exactly speculate, as I don't want to dox him on a live.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't do that.
2-2 count now for O'Connor. Right field foul. Going after it is Cat, but she can't make it over there. That's in the bullpen, so still going for Torres-Wera.
Yep, she's doing a good job staying alive in this at bat. I think she knows that at this point it's kind of vital that the Mammoths get some runners in scoring position. Again, put pressure on O'Connor as she's been riding pretty smoothly so far in this game. Now we see a full count. I'm not sure if she's had one so far yet, but again, Wera working the count quite well.
Of course, Wera singled earlier today, but yes, she is working this count up. It's now 3-2. Fallon, ball 4, will walk a batter, now 2 on.
And I think that's the most for Amherst so far today. Again, earlier, Nordstrom hit into that fielder's choice. But now, 2 runners on for the Mammoths. This is the best opportunity they've had to score so far in this game.
I have confirmed that is the first time they've had more than 1 runner on base. I'm pretty sure it's also the first time they've had a runner in scoring position all day today. A brief mound visit as a result of that for the infielders. Just trying to recoup, and like we said earlier, Fallon O'Connor, very good at inducing ground balls. You're having to think here that the thing that she wants to do is continue to do that so she can get the inning-ending double play.
Yep. And Nordstrom's up. Again, one of Amherst's best hitters, so that's who you want in this spot if you're the Mammoths, is Emma Nordstrom.
So what I'm probably thinking if I'm Fallon O'Connor here is I want balls that are high, so she swings high. And then I also want breaking balls, so she makes contact low.
Yeah, you just don't want to give her a good pitch to hit.
Ground ball foul. Kind of had the idea there, breaking ball or a dropper there for O'Connor, and that one will make the count 0-2.
Now she has some flexibility to kind of put some balls that might not be exactly hittable for Nordstrom, but that she might chase now that she's down 0-2 in this count. We'll see what she chooses to go with here.
Fly ball in the right foul. Another way to fight off this at-bat and keep it going 0-2. But as you were saying, there's now multiple routes for the out here. You can strike her out, you can fly out, and ground out and get the force. A lot of things here that are probably going through all teams' minds here. But 0-2 now the count.
And as you were saying, ground ball might be ideal.
Ground ball to third, but gets through both. But all runners will stop. The third base coach at Amherst did not send home the runner at third, which was Leopard, or Rebhan at third, apologies. So all runners hold. The base is loaded now for Dylan Briggs.
Yep, it got right past Oliva and Lineback, both diving, trying to get the ball. But Dylan Briggs, a very dangerous hitter, and she has a great opportunity to put some runs on the board for the Mammoths.
Strike high, but Dylan Briggs earlier struck out swinging, the only swinging strikeout so far today. But as you mentioned, this is the best opportunity you can give one of your best hitters. Bases loaded, one out. As we mentioned, the one thing you cannot do here is hit a ground ball to Lineback. That's the last thing you want to do here is hit a ground ball in towards one of the second baseman or the shortstop. Base hit and to left. One run in. Rounding third and stopping is going to be Torres Guerra. And that's an RBI single, and Amherst gets on the board. It's now 4-1.
Yep, and that extends Briggs' team-leading 9th RBI on the season. And the bases are still loaded, still only one out. And the Mammoths, for them, hopefully, are just getting started in this inning. And that's now Amherst's first run in, I believe, 3 games against Tufts. And
Wow.
just like that, I mean, it's only a 3-run game, so anything can happen.
Mound visit here for Tufts says, need to talk things over with this jam, just focus on getting out of it. But like as we said, you have insurance. You're only up 3 now. That's okay if you're the Bows. But now the focus is you got to get out of this.
Yep.
We said try to induce those ground balls. Like you don't want to be giving up line drives to the left fielder. Ground ball there. Gets through again. That's going to score 1. Coming around third, but staying is going to be Nordstrom, and that brings in another run. So now 4-2.
Yep, yet another single that just gets by the Jumbo's infielders, and the bases are still loaded, and there's still only one out. It's a quite a perilous spot that Fallon O'Connor is in. She's gonna have to show some mental toughness here to get out of this jam, but Mammoths are right back in this game.
You have 5 straight runners on for Tufts, 4 singles and a walk. And Fallon now looking back towards the dugout here as she's trying to just figure out any way she can that she can get out of this. Pitch coming in, another base hit that gets through Perucci. That'll score another run. This time that'll be Nordstrom coming in. So it's now 4-3 very quickly, and we now have a game.
Yes, we do. And it's deja vu. It's the same thing each time where the Mammoth hitter gets a single, everyone moves up a base. It's like musical bases, not musical chairs. Like, dude, how was that? Was that a good joke? Sorry.
I think so.
But yeah, I mean that's the fact of the matter is that Mammoths are scoring, and they're scoring in bunches here in this inning. Still only one out. Still bases loaded.
Mound visit with just the infielders. I think that's just a thing about just trying to get the positioning down with these next few hitters, because obviously you've given up multiple ground balls through, multiple line drives through. It's probably going to be now on the infielders here to just try to position themselves right with these next few batters. But there's now a conversation with the umpires. Not too sure what exactly happened. Something. We'll wait to see the ruling. Looks like they ruled a runner safe. I thought she was safe.
Yeah.
Not sure what happened there, but must have been some sort of appeal.
Shortstop number 5, Jenna Holmes.
It's Holmes now in place of Ronhell. So this is a big time moment for her, coming in place of her counterpart in the lineup to lead off.
Yeah, I think they were actually trying to appeal that one of the runners didn't touch home plate. And they talked it over and ruled that they did. So still 4-3 here. Swing and a miss. First one in a while. That'll be 1-1.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how O'Connor approaches this at bat, because ground balls before had been going in her favor, but recently they've been sort of squeaking through the infield and scoring runs. So Will she try and go for the strikeout here? Will she try and pitch for the ground ball? Which, again, it's like a high floor, low ceiling because while it could turn a double play, it could lead to at least 1 or 2 more runs coming in.
2 swings and misses, followed up by a ball outside and low. So still 2-2 here for Holmes, as she, as we mentioned earlier, subs in for Ronhell, who had to exit the game last inning. The pitch, foul, back into the netting. Still 2-2 count here. But yeah, just this is got to be one of the highest leverage moments you can have as a pitcher here. You've given up 3 runs, bases still loaded. You're just thinking in your mind, get out of here any way you can. That's going to be foul. Hits the sidewalk and bounces towards the cages to the right. Still 2-2. She's made contact twice. I know she wants to make contact here. Just bloop it out there and get more runners in.
Yep.
Or even just a single here. Anything to tie this game up. The pitch low. Good job blocking that. As Fallon O'Connor comes towards home to cover.
That's a full count now.
Now it's full count. Now you have multiple ways to score around here with walking, getting a base hit, anything here. So a very important pitch here for Fallon O'Connor. Anything that misses will be a walk. Fly ball into right. Cat can't get it. That's going to score 1. Coming around third and scoring 2. And a run into third as well. The runner from first moving over. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Emma Holmes, who had to substitute in. A huge at-bat for her and this team.
Yep. Very clutch hitting, piece of clutch hitting for Jenna Holmes, scoring in those 2 runs. And it seems like Fallon O'Connor could not seem to catch a break. And now it looks like we might have a pitching change here. But yeah, we still, Amherst, the Mammoths still have 2 runners in scoring position. And they are now in the lead.
Yeah, so there is indeed a pitching change. Fallon O'Connor's day is done.
For the Jumbos is number 18, Lacey Chillick.
It'll be Lacey Chillick now, the senior pitcher from Montgomery, Texas, coming in now for the Bows. So far this year, an ERA of 4.58 over 18 innings pitched. Reliable pen option. Has induced a 257 batting average in her opponents. Anything of your note in your scouting report here, Jason?
Well, she's backed up Fallon O'Connor before. I think on Friday she she did as well. O'Connor got the win on Friday against Bowdoin, but Chillick did pitch. She pitched 2 innings, 0 earned runs, 3 strikeouts with 1 walk. So in her last outing, she performed very well. But this is obviously a higher leverage moment than in that 10 run game by Tufts against Bowdoin. This is a much higher leverage situation for her. So she needs, if she wants to keep the Jumbos in this game, she needs to get out of this inning without allowing these 2 runners to score.
Exactly. Ball low for Mishima, but as we mentioned earlier, that was a huge, huge at-bat for Jenna Holmes, as now the score is completely flipped. Amherst now in the lead, 5-4.
Yeah, and they have more hits than the Jumbos, 8-6. I believe before this inning it was 6-2 for Tufts. So again, just completely flipping this game on its head, as you said, Zach.
The pitch. Fly ball. Backing up toward is Jimenez. She'll get it. All runners stay, and that's a critical out here that you need to get. That's the first batter down that has yet to reach base in 7 batters.
Yeah. So good for Lacey Chillick to sort of calm things down, get a pop out instead of a ground ball, because those ground balls have been pretty turbulent, and it could have still allowed a runner to score for Amherst.
Fly ball into left. Nearly making the catch in foul territory was Harita, but that will fall foul. So no damage done there. That just missed foul by about 2 feet. And Harita laid out for that one, but wasn't able to get it.
Yeah, it was quite close. That would have been a SportsCenter top 10 plays worthy play if she had indeed caught that ball, but just foul. Good thing it wasn't fair, but First strike for the at-bat.
Pitch low for ball 2. As Lepard will come back up for the second time this inning. We've now gone through the order. 1-1 count for the new pitcher, ShareAlike. Fly ball foul, and that'll go behind the bleachers on onto Fleming Street.
Lepard, one could argue she's the best hitter for these Mammoths, and again, freshman contributor, which I think that you could kind of look at that as part of their turnaround. She leads the team in hits, runs, and she's second in RBIs.
Line drive and caught immediately by Olifa. That will end the inning. Straight to her glove.
Yep, and that was a bit of a sigh of relief there for the Jumbos that, as you said, it went right to her glove. It could have gone over, past Oliva, and that would have been at least 1 or 2 more runs. Now it is a 1-run game, and we do have ourselves a very close match between the Jumbos and the Mammoths.
Yes, now 5-4 here at Spicer Field. We'll take a brief break here on JumboCast. We've been talking for a little bit more than 25 minutes straight now, so we'll be right back here at Spicer Field. Got some significant changes for Amherst here. We just got the lineup change here for Amherst. Going into pitch now is the first baseman, Abby Rappan. And going back over to first will be Moravec. So they switch. There's also been a change at the backstop. It'll be Emma Nordstrom now going, and Daniels will switch to being the DP. So the pitchers and catchers swap here in the 4th. So big change here, but looks like Moravec is done for the day. She's now at first.
Number 27, Cat.
And Rappan will now take over. Her pitch count was getting high. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's similar to what we saw in the first game of the doubleheader, excuse me, where Dylan Briggs and Danny Torres-Guerra sort of just switched positions, where Briggs was originally in right field, and then Torres-Guerra, when they switched pitcher spots, moved into right field. So that's basically what happened here, but just in first base. And now we see Nordstrom back at the catcher spot as well.
Kawabe takes 2 straight strikes. She's now in a hole.
And now there's not really room for error if you're the Jumbos, as much as there was before when you had that 4-run lead. Now you're down, and it's a different situation, and we're going to see how they face this type of adversity.
What? That was an interesting pitch. Did you see that off speed by Rappan there?
It did.
Wow.
It did.
I would have been fooled by that for sure. Kawabe now in a 1-2 count. Swing foul, hits herself with a pitch.
It looked like it hit the bat twice after the initial hit. It bounced back up on the backswing of her bat. She's had a pretty active day so far. She's going to see if she can contribute more to the Jumbo's success by getting on base for the top of the lineup.
Had the 2 RBI single. Welcome back, Jake. See the I don't know what that is. Is that like some sort of ephus?
I'm not sure. It looked like another off-speed pitch, and surprisingly, she was able to get part of her bat on it.
That's off speed. That's huge off speed. Like
Yeah.
that, I'm not
I
sure what
was-
that pitch is called. That's like some sort of huge like it's like she's going like a normal windup and then she just slows it down right at the end. High fly ball into center. Running in for it is going to be Aiken, and she'll get it. That'll be the first out very quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Some defensive
That's
changes.
right, Zach. And just introducing the new pitcher for Amherst, Abby Rebhan. On the season, she is 2-2 with a 2.43 ERA. So pretty good stats so far for Rebhan this season for the freshman. Doesn't throw too many strikeouts. Is more of probably a ground ball fly out type pitcher, but she has a pretty low ERA for the season. And a huge contributing piece to this mammoth rotation. Excuse me.
Lineup resets for the third time today. It's going to be Jimenez coming back up. She flew out to center in the first and fielder's choice in the second. Ground ball over to third, over to Moratvek, who's now moved to first, and she'll be retired after one pitch. Caitlin Perucci now the next batter in the order.
Now batting for Tufts, number 17, Caitlin.
And you just feel like whenever she steps up to the plate, something dangerous has the potential to happen. Now more than ever for Tufts, for her to get on base, and sort of try and get back that lead. That's what she's gonna want to do. First pitch strike.
Goes off speed again. That slow falling pitch that fooled us back here earlier. We're like, whoa, when that happened. Just happened again. Perucci now critically needs to get this pitch. Ground ball, going to be a tough play over to first in time. So both batters down, all three batters down, 1, 2, 3 in the order.
1, 2, 3.
Rapan with a strong start
Fifth
early.
for Amherst.
But
Torres, we're at
instead of it being 4-0 Bows, it's now 5-4 Amherst. We're going to take a brief break here. We'll be back here at the top of the fifth here at Spicer Field shortly. Good. All right. Back here on Spicer for the start of the fifth inning as a completely, as a great complete inning by Raphan will now result in her leading off for Amherst after pitching and retiring the side in order. She'll now hit leadoff. Swing and a miss, big hack, but was just a little, she was late on that one as that one falls into the mitt of Sladen, 0-1.
Never a moment of rest here for Abby Rebhan, playing a big part for this Mammoths team so far, leading the Jumbos through 4 innings.
Flew out to Owabe to start and singled in that huge scoring rally earlier. She also made some plays at first earlier. She's been everywhere today. High, that will be ball 1.
She's taken 2 big swings in those first 2 pitches of the at-bat, so if Chilek maybe wants to work with that, sort of work in the zone, try and get her to swing.
Another ball outside. I think she's just trying to induce another swing and miss here, as you were saying. 2-2 now, the count. Swing and a miss. Goes down swinging on the off speed. Huge K to start things off to send down one of the hottest hitters in this Amherst lineup.
That's right, Zach. And Chilek so far looking pretty efficient with her pitches. Just trying to keep the Jumbos in as they try and take the lead back. Now Torres Guerra is back in the batter's box.
Torres Guerra had the error earlier, but that's been long forgotten now after that scoring run. After that scoring run by Amherst, that's a complete afterthought for this team. She's now up 0-1, takes a strike. The pitch, high, takes it again, but this time a ball.
Torres Guerra, another one of the two-way pitchers, is actually fourth in hits on the team with 11 coming into today. So she has some prowess at the plate. Also tied for second on the team with 7 runs batted in. Right now she's just trying to get on base, trying to, extend this pitch count for Chilek and the Jumbos, because unlike the Mammoths, they do not use as many pitchers.
High flying to left, going back towards the wall and drops down for a base hit. She's going to second and will be in with a stand-up double. Torres Guerra, perfect on the day so far with a walk, single, and double now.
Yep, a great piece of hitting for Torres Guerra. Hitting it all the way back to that left center field wall. And now for the first time today, Chilek has some pressure on the base paths. And now Emma Nordstrom, another dangerous hitter for the Mammoths, is up.
Started as the DP, now in at catcher. Nordstrom, swing and a miss. Take some time out of the box here for a brief minute.
Yeah, Lacey Chilek getting a lot of swings and misses here.
Yes, inducing a lot of those. Maybe the off speeds having something to do with that. Another strike there. She's now in a huge pitcher's count here. 0-2 to start. One of the hottest hitters in this Amherst team today. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
That's right, Zach.
She stands and waits. The pitch. Ball low and outside.
Emma Nordstrom out of Pelham, New York. The other day, New York having some warm weather, unlike Massachusetts. I mean, it was 40 degrees. Zach,
Yeah.
you know a decent bit about weather.
Yeah. I'm a climate science major here. That was something interesting for sure as she takes a ball low. New York yesterday, 80 degrees and sunny. But here in Boston, it was 37.
I don't understand how
And
it can be more than
snowing.
40 degrees difference. It's just
Got
wild.
the temperature gradient with the polar mass and the jet stream. High flying to center. Going back on that one is going to be Newman, and she'll grab that easily for the first out. Apologies. Or second out. I cannot read today.
It's just a bit delayed on the scoreboard, but
Yeah.
that's a very, very important second out for Chilek. Dylan Briggs now up, who again has played very well, specifically in this game, contributing to that 5-run tally.
Swing and a miss to start off.
Another one.
Late.
Yeah.
She's been inducing a lot of those today. But yeah, the weather yesterday, I was in Vermont yesterday, and I nearly got stuck in a massive ice storm.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I'm here today as that ball goes high.
I don't know what I would have done without my co-commentator. I would have
Yeah.
had to do this all by myself, man.
No, you would have missed me badly today. I can guarantee you that.
Oh.
But yes, I'm glad I did not get stuck in Montpelier, Vermont yesterday. High ball foul. That'll go back into the tennis courts.
Chilek has been inducing, seems a lot of first pitch swings, whether that's foul balls or swings and misses. It just seems like that's what the Mammoth hitters are looking to do on her, but she's been holding her own.
I feel like that's just what you need right now with these hitters being so hot. They want to swing. Pass ball. Torres Guerra will go to third as Slayton couldn't block that ball in the dirt. But as we were mentioning, like these hitters want to swing. They saw Fallon O'Connor giving them pitches. They want to keep swinging. They're expecting the same thing with a pitcher with a high 3 ERA. They want to swing. They want to get the hits. And she's inducing a 257 batting average, so they know they can swing. And they're just, I think they're a little overeager. Did she go? Another pass ball here. Torres Ware, though, scampers back to third.
Briggs.
She didn't go, so it'll be appeal is no, so she did not go.
Good job by Briggs battling back in the count. Again, she's second on the team in walks. Originally, I think she was down 1-2 in the count. Trying to get on base for her next hitter.
Full count. Low, she'll take her free base, and there's now runners at the corners.
And that was an opportunity for the Jumbos to close out this inning. Now, runners as on the corners, as you said, Zach. And Laura Daniels up to bat.
Daniels, the DP earlier now, or the catcher earlier, apologies, now the DP. The first pitch, swing and a miss again. This is just, she's doing a great job inducing these swings, as we were mentioning earlier.
She's getting some early strikes, just about finishing the at-bat. And we'll see if she can do that and as well finish the inning to limit any more runs scored. That was a great play by Carrie-Ann Slayton, the catcher, to not let that ball go by. There's been a couple of low pitches as well thrown in there by Chilek, but that was a very good play by
that
Slayton.
nearly hit Daniels, and Slayton, if needed to slide about 2 feet left to block that ball. If that didn't, that was going to be Torres scoring. Another ball low, 2-1.
And if Chilek isn't careful here, a walk would make the bases loaded yet again, and another tough situation for a Jumbo's pitcher to be in.
Yeah, I mean, you have a force at first and second right now. No force at third, but that probably doesn't matter.
Now
you need to induce any form of contact on the ground. Just get the force out. Get out of here.
It's 3 straight balls, and they're all down low.
Loads the bases, a walk.
And that's a 4th straight ball down low for Chilek.
Starting with a swing and miss, she takes 4 straight balls low, and she'll now be on. And we're now getting a mound visit, just an infielder timeout here.
And just like that, bases are loaded for Jenna Holmes. She made him pay last inning. See if she can do it again. And it's another, what started out to look like it might not be another long inning, but now it is with a 2-out rally by the Mammoths.
Yes, 2 straight walks for Chilek. Now it's going to be
12, Abby Moravec.
Excuse me, Abby Moravec, not Jenna Holmes.
Yes. Moravec, the pitchers are in the 9 hole today, so and Moravec will hit regardless today. She's in the lineup, not as the flex like Tufts has done with their pitchers. She's in that first now. She started pitching today. The stud ace for Amherst struggled a little bit early, but they've seemed to kind of limit the damage in the 4th. Look now, swing and a foul. That'll once again go into the cages.
Early strikes again.
Yes, 0-2. Last thing you want to do, you cannot throw 4 straight balls here like you had in the last at-bat. You just have to locate. You know they're going to swing. Just throw off speed. Locate it in the zone. 0-2. High, and that's going to score a run. Torres, safe. And the passed ball will score a run for Amherst. It's now 6-4. Yep. Runners advance to second and third on the wild pitch.
And unfortunately, it didn't hit the wall in the back onto the ground. It actually got stuck in the netting, in between the cushioning and the netting, which allowed the Mammoth runner to score. It's now 6-4.
High fly. That nearly was catchable for us, but drifted right.
Yep, and now it's still 2 strikes, still 2 outs, but there's still runners both in scoring position at second and third. So a mistake here would be incredibly costly for the Jumbos.
Now you don't have a force at second, so any play is going to be tough throws to Perucci here. Wow, what a pitch there. Got her down looking inside. It looked outside and in into her, into the into the batter's box, but ruled went over the plate.
That's right. And Moravec looked like she tried to dodge the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was in line to hit her, but the umpire certainly didn't think so and called that on the inside corner.
Yeah, Moravec there, you can see her. She cramped the plate quite a bit. So if she's in there, she's not going to be able to get any contact at any balls inside. And I think Chiluk noticed that, threw one inside, dotted the corner, centered down looking.
Yeah, and regardless, they did get an extra run on that wild pitch. It's now a bit steeper of a hill to climb if you're the Jumbos. They got to get 3 now if they want to take back the lead. They still have a couple innings to do it, but they are running out of time. And if that last inning was any indication, the 1-2-3 one I'm referring to, then they're going to need to step it up for this next bottom of the 5th.
Exactly, Jason. We're actually going to stay here as they seem to transition pretty quickly. Same lineups as last time with the changes. We still have Nordstrom in at catcher and Rahman in at pitcher. But now it'll be Sladen who just allowed the wild pitch to score. I don't think that was really her fault, but still an error on both the pitcher and catcher there. But the pitch. Good contact, but drifted foul. Not enough for Moravec to catch it, though.
Yeah, probably fortunate for Slayton for that to dribble foul there. It looked like it would have been an easy play for Moravec otherwise. Leadoff hitter for Tufts. It's in this situation you do want to get on base, especially needing 3 to take back the lead. And Slayton can certainly do that.
Exactly. 1-1 count here. Slayton's got that Jeter step up. The pitch. Swing and a drive deep left field and drops for a base hit. She's going to round to second. Stand-up double for Slayton. A great way to start this inning.
That's right. That's the second time today she's gotten to second base like that. It was originally the error by Torres Guerra, but just a great hit over into that left field corner, and she gets into second base, standing Heaven Oliva with a great chance to help the Jumbos get closer to that 6-run tally that the Mammoths have gotten so far.
Oliva, the third baseman. This is someone you want on this batter's box right now. Standing in strong here, the pitch from Rahman. Strike outside corner. I think Slayton also wants to go for third here. I think any run here, you're going to want to score. Honestly, if I would consider pinch hitting and maybe bunting here. You never really know.
Maybe not bunting with Oliva, but
Drive into center, and that's going to fall. Slayton coming around third and will score. It's going to be Oliva at second. And a double for her as well to score a run. It's now 6-5 Amherst, and we're now back to a close game.
That's 2 extra base hits in a row for the Jumbos. This one into right center field. It was curling to the right, away from the center fielder. And just like that, Jumbo's only 1 run away from tying, and another power hitter in Lauren Harita is up to the plate.
You also have a favorable matchup here, righty on lefty. The pitch outside towards or inside towards the hands, that'll be called a ball. Taking your time. The pitch that was ruled as not sure what that was. That looked like it came off of her hands or something.
Yeah, either her hands or her cleats. Regardless, the called it a foul ball. Again, another situation where that's probably fortunate for the Jumbos hitter.
Exactly.
1-1 count here. We'll see what Revhan chooses to throw at Harita.
Foul tip. 1-2's the count. Oliva at second, not someone who runs, so you're just going to want to advance her in any way possible. Just get a ball in play here. anything really here will be beneficial with 0 outs.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are only 0. There's still 0 outs. So
Off
yeah,
speed. She looked like she timed it, but came off the top end of the bat foul.
these are some pitches that are entertaining to watch because I don't know
Yeah.
when exactly they're gonna cross the plate. And honestly, the Jumbos have done a decent job with it so far.
Yeah, softball pitching has always been something incredibly impressive to me, too.
Yeah.
Um, the mounds are also closer, too, so it's harder to time up these pitches. Swing and a miss as we were talking about timing. She gets one late, and she'll get sent down for a swinging K. So that will be strike 3.
Yep, and a strikeout. I haven't seen the Jumbo strike out too much today, but that was a very important one if you're Abby Rebhan, excuse me. And now Haley Lineback is up to bat, and she's had a pretty good day so far.
That is the first swinging K of the day. Another off speed for strike 1. You know, I was watching this video the other day, too. Like the Tennessee softball players threw a pitch 71 miles an hour towards the plate from the short mound like we're seeing here today. The equivalent for an MLB ball, as there's a ground ball, and bobbled the throw. Not in time. She's off the bag. Safe. And that will advance, and Oliva actually stayed at second, so that'll be just an infield single as Moravec came off the bag.
Yep, it was bobbled a bit over there by either Lepard or by the shortstop Holmes. I wasn't exactly
I
sure.
believe it was Lepard.
Lepard.
Who bobbled it, and then the throw was short and caused Moravec to get off the bag.
Yep.
So
She threw it in a rush.
it looks like they're counting that. I'm not sure. I think they're counting it as an error.
Yeah, it's
So
a similar play happened at the beginning of the first game of the doubleheader, where it was a throw to first base and it was off the bag, allowing the Jumbo runner to be safe. That's what it seemed like, and I think
they just counted it. They just scored it as an E5, so an
Okay.
error on Lepard for the
Yeah.
bobble and the throw short.
I think they called that. I think they called that an error in the first game as well.
An
0-2
off
count.
speed on the corner. 0-2 count now for Emma Wingate.
It's interesting that both errors in both games have basically been the exact same, where it's a drop ball by an outfielder and then the throw being offline to first base.
The pitch. Oh, that was almost.
It was gnarly.
That was. I don't even know how to describe the movement of that.
I guess it was high though.
Yeah, that was high. If that dropped in, that
Yeah.
would have been one of the most incredible reverse Ks that we've
Yeah.
seen today.
Rebhan's certainly getting creative.
1-2 count. She's got a repertoire for sure. Foul. Oh, I want Jason. You wanted to catch that. You were like reaching out for it.
Almost. One
Yeah.
day.
One day we'll get the elusive Spicer Field foul ball.
Yeah.
1-2 count now. But yeah, she's got such a creative repertoire. She's got the super off speed. She's got the fastballs down the middle. She's able to paint the corners. I can tell why they want her pitching right now. High drive into right. Coming in for that is Briggs, and she'll get that easily for the second out. Both runners return safely to first and second.
And now Lindsay Newman comes up to the plate.
0 for 2 today. She's at the reverse K looking, and then she flew out to the shortstop earlier on the weak fly ball.
She's not one of the more prominent hitters on this Jumbo's team, but this is a crucial moment with 2 runners on base, 2 outs, down 1 run.
High strike 1, but yeah, this is like, if I'm Lindsay Newman, if I'm coaching this Tufts softball team, I'm telling her just work this at bat, get it up to a full count, get a favorable pitch, and walk, or just swing on what you can here. The pitch, and she does exactly that. Drive out to right field. Briggs drops, and that will score runs. Oliva in, rounding around second, and scoring is Lineback. And now Lindsay Newman, I apologize for the voice crack, has an RBI double.
Yup, just an absolutely clutch hit for Lindsay Newman, and you can tell she was very, very excited after that hit, screaming back to the dugout. She needed that for her. The Jumbos needed that for the team. And now Kat Kawab is up to bat with a runner still in scoring position. And just like that, the Jumbos are back on top.
Yes, 7-6 now after the RBI double by Lindsey Newman. The dugout erupted after that one. She's one of the older players in this team, so she's a leader. So all the players here look up to those types of seniors and grad students. So Lindsey Newman, a huge, huge, huge at-bat for her. Now Kat Kawabe, the freshman, looking to keep this going with 2 outs. Down the line, and that's going to be ruled just foul. Didn't cross the back.
Yeah, it might have, potentially could have gotten that front corner of the plate, but it did look foul. Would have been trouble for the Mammoths, but fortunate for them, it was foul. 1-1 count for Kawab.
The pitch. Ground ball soft to the pitcher. Over to Muratvik for the easy out, and that will retire the side. Tufts now taking a lead in an exciting softball game here. 7-6 here at Spicer. We'll be right back here. Back here on Spicer, got a pitching change. Welcome back, Sophia DeCoco. Just pitched a complete game shutout, and now coming in relief.
Yep, Zach, and it's 2 more innings. We'll see if she can get through 2 more after just having pitched 7 just several hours ago. And she starts with Jenna Holmes in the leadoff spot for the Mammoths.
That's one of the things I'm most impressed about. I mean, the mechanics of the pitch are very different in softball, but they can go so much longer. Got some wind chimes going from a spectator. I was like, what? Anyway, strike taken early by the first batter up, which is going to be Jenna Holmes.
And it looks like the velocity's still there. Jumbos, as we were talking about before the inning, they do have some other pitchers, but it looks like they're just trying to close out this game with just 2 innings left.
An awkward swing and a miss as the pitch outside will get attempted on by Jenna Holmes, and now she's in she's now in a big hole to start. The pitch, swing and a miss, 3 straight swinging strikes to start this off.
Yep, and the first batter that Sophia DeCoco faces is a swinging K,
On
and
3 strikes.
and she is trying to establish her presence back on the mound for this second game.
The second baseman Mishima yet to reach base. The pitch. Ground ball to Olifa, over to Perucci. Easy 1 pitch out there, and she will now be 0 for 4.
Clinical. That was a clinical throw, pick up and throw by Oliva, and then Perucci just so secure over there, receiving those throws from across the diamond. And just like that, there's 2 outs. That was very quick and efficient for DeCoco. So if you're worried about pitch count for now, that's good for her.
Lepard 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out, and a line out.
And another first pitch strike by DeCoco.
No, going back to what I was saying earlier about the softball pitches, a Tennessee player who pitched 71 miles an hour. You know what the MLB equivalent is?
I'm not
Baseball equivalent?
sure.
111 miles an hour. From the
That's-
distance of the mound, it's 40 feet. If you
Uh-huh.
go back 20 and you do the math, A 70-mile-an-hour softball pitch is equivalent to a 110-mile-an-hour fastball from the batter's eye.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, like Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee seems to have some pretty fast collegiate pitchers. If you're talking about Ben Joyce,
they're known for
yeah,
velocity, both with baseball
yeah.
and softball. They produced the Angels closer Ben Joyce, who has 105-mile-an-hour pitches. So not surprised. The pitch, high fly ball foul. That's going to go on the street. 1-2 count now for Lepard. Reached earlier, but ideally wants to get back on base again. The pitch. Slap shot foul again. Count goes 1-2. She's doing a good job of fighting this off.
She is. She just got the end of her bat on that pitch. Just doing her best not to be another strikeout victim of Sophia DeCoco, who looks pretty locked in right now.
Exactly.
But now down by 1 run, it's imperative that the Mammoths get at least one base runner.
Just fouls that off. She continues to fight. That was one fast pitch.
It was.
But still a 1-2 count. She continues to fight here in this at-bat. Just looking for the pitch she can make contact with. I think she's just going to keep swinging at everything, though, so Sophia just knows here. Just pitch something that's hard to swing at. She will pitch, though, to Jimenez and Perucci. Quick 4-3 to end it.
Yep, and that was a very, as I said before, very efficient inning from Sophia DeCoco, the graduate student. And now just one more inning for the Jumbos to get through if they want to win this game, as they have the lead, and it would just be the top of the 7th. But that doesn't mean that insurance runs, are extremely important in this game. And that's what they're going to try to get to in this bottom of the inning.
Exactly, Jason. We'll be right back here on JumboCast. Tufts leading 7-6. Welcome back to Spicer. We've restarted the lineup here. The second baseman, Bella Jimenez, now leading off the pitch. High, ball 1.
From one graduate student to the other, Bella Jimenez now up. Hasn't gone on base too much today, but doesn't mean that you can't now. Again, with Tufts needing insurance runs if they want to have a more secure lead against the Mammoths.
Ground ball to Mishima over to Moravec, and that will end her at-bat. She's now 0 for 4 today.
And, it's been a couple ground balls. Not the best luck in terms of the contact, but Perucci now, who has had a pretty eventful day, up to bat in that 2 spot.
Perucci 1 for 3 today with the single that scored and started that rally. The pitch, high, way high. She was like smiling after that. She's like, "Ugh, that was a little higher than I wanted to pitch that." But the wind here is, you can see the flag going out there today. That's been a factor today. Why we haven't seen any leave the park yet.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx anything, but at least it's not raining.
That slow pitch down low caused her to look at that one, and that will be 1-1.
I didn't want to say anything to jinx it, but I feel like, I don't know. I mean,
now that you said that, it's gonna rain, and I'm gonna be.
That would be pretty funny. But I mean, you already did some jinxing today, so I feel like if that happens now, we're even.
High fly ball to left field, going back to the wall, and drops for another double. And she'll go in standing. Caitlin Perucci, her second hit of the day.
Another extra base hit for the Jumbos. There's been a bunch of doubles. We've seen a triple by Haley Lineback, I believe. Just balls going all over the yard today. Just not beyond the fence, but we could attribute that to the win. But regardless, just extra base hit after extra base hit. And now the Jumbos are in a good spot here, up 1 and still attacking.
Pitching change here. I think it's going to be Briggs coming in for the rest of the game here. She will come in from right. And yes, it will be Briggs. Number 28 from Amherst will now come in to pitch. The right fielder came in relief earlier. She seems like one of those higher leverage pitchers that Amherst likes to use later in these games. Oh, but looks like the music also came off too. Looks like they're just trying to figure out who's coming into first now too.
That's right, Zach. And now it's kind of a replica of the first game of this doubleheader around the 6th or 7th inning. I believe these were the pitchers as well, DeCoco and Briggs. Just shows the what softball pitchers can do that might be different from baseball pitchers, just in terms of going extra innings and coming in multiple games in a doubleheader. It's just something that's kind of unique to softball, and great for the game, great for Briggs to come in and try and keep her team in it. If Mammoths want to have a good chance of coming back in that top of the 7th, they have to limit the runs that are coming in from the Jumbos, and that starts with not letting Perucci come in from second and score.
Mm-hmm. An extremely extended conversation with the Amherst managers. They try to figure out the lineup changes. As the music turns off here, as the umpire will now communicate that towards us.
Could be Promozic. She's played first base.
I think she said number 3, Heidi Lee, coming into right field.
So Lee's in right field, and then over at first, just covering her, I believe.
I think that's still Moravik.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's still Moravik, and then
The number 4 spot, I think the hitting lineup changed. I'm not too sure.
yeah, there.
It's Briggs pitching.
Comes in from right field, entering the game to play right is number 3, Heidi Lee.
Heidi Lee in right, and that's the only change.
Jumbos is number 22, Carrie Ann Slayton.
So Lee now in right. And I think that's what they were talking about. I think she's now batting 4th. So
Yes.
Renan is now out, and Lee will now be batting cleanup for Amherst. So a big pitching change in the leverage as Slayton will take time here, extended time.
And Slayton's have had some success today. She did see Briggs possibly in the first game, as we see a strike here. But in this second game of the doubleheader, which we've been calling, Zach, Slayton has been all over the base paths. So is Perucci. They've had a good combination there. And she's going to look to continue that here in the bottom of the 6th.
The pitch. Ground ball to short. Should be routine here. Moravik, they're out in time, just barely.
Yep, just barely got her at first. Did advance Caitlin Perucci to third. And now we see Heaven Oliva back up to the plate, who had a big extra base hit in her last at bat. And she's going to look to do that again.
There was nearly a collision between Holmes and Perucci on the base path, but she got out of the way in time. Perucci advances to third, though. Oliva now has a runner on third with 2 outs. She's gotten a double earlier. Swing foul.
Yeah, looking to swing, get those runs in. Again, she leads going into today, she leads the team in RBIs with 16. I believe I might have mentioned that. She also leads the team in OPS, and she's actually top 5 in the conference in that as well. Leads the team in home runs with 6, which is second in the NESCAC.
It would be cool if we could see one today. The wind, though, has been pushing every ball back. I think if there was no wind today, we probably would have seen about 2 or 3 by now.
Yeah, and she had in the first game she had a fly ball which I thought might have been going out, but then sort of just got pushed back, and the outfielder came up and made the grab. But she's had some chances, and she's a very dangerous hitter, as we've seen today.
7-6 Bows, 1-1 count, and that one will be outside again on the corner. So 1-2 is the count now for Heaven Oliva.
And Briggs here, 1 strike away from ending this inning, which started out with a runner on second with 1 out, and she's done a good job of getting out of that jam.
Inside ball 2. Good take by Heaven, so she'll now have a even count here, but something she wants to hit here is probably coming. I think Briggs wants to just send her down and get out of this jam. The pitch. Ball outside, full count now. She's worked up a full count.
She
Great at bat
has.
so far.
And another thing that Heaven Oliva is great at is drawing walks. She has 11, which is good for first on this Jumbo's team. And another conference leading statistic, she's second in the NESCAC in walks with 11.
High fly to right. That's going to be Lowe's ball, and she'll get that easily for the third out. So not enough on that to cause any more scoring, but still good contact. But right now, Tufts will maintain their 7-6 lead going into the 7th here in what should be a competitive last inning. DeCoco coming back out.
No runs, 1 hit. No Amherst errors. Jumbo
We'll be right back here on JumboCast after this brief break. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Spicer. Sophia DeCoco looking to end things here and get her save. Heidi Lee now going to be starting off the hitting. Her first plate appearance in this game, slaps one foul nearly in the Amherst dugout. But this is Amherst's last breath as Tufts has come back and cut this, has taken back the lead after a scary 4th inning. But a good 5th inning for the Bows has given them back the lead. Pitch, ball. 1-1.
Close
Everyone
there.
on this left side of the bleachers thought that was for sure a strike, but
It was close to that outside corner, but given a ball,
the pitch, foul. 1-2. Works a favorable count early for DeCoco.
and we'll see what she does for this closeout pitch. You probably would assume that she wants to put her out here with a strikeout, and we've seen her fan a couple of hitters so far.
This is her first plate appearance of the day in both games. The pitch outside.
She's blurring the line.
She's holding off on some. She's having some good takes. I'm impressed.
She has.
The substituted an outfielder due to the pitching change with Briggs coming in. The sophomore from Delaware works a full count.
And up next is Danny Torres-Wera, who has had a couple of hits today, including an extra base hit. So if Lee can get on base for Wera, that would be absolutely huge for the Mammoths.
Foul again. She's fighting here against DeCoco, one of the best pitchers in Division III.
Yep, and it's great that she came in and now she's making a difference for this team, staying alive in the count. If anything, increasing the pitch count for Sophia DeCoco, who's already pitched 8 innings today. So a valiant job by Heidi Lee.
Yeah. 3-2 count now for Heidi Lee, probably one of the most critical at-bats of her year. The pitch. Straight to her. The pitch out to Perucci is in time, and Lee will be retired after, honestly, a good at-bat. Working up to a full count. I think if she just got that a little bit more to the left and gone through the gap, she would have been on.
It was a great at-bat, and it was huge for DeCoco to get out of that, though, as I was saying before with Danny Torres-Wera up to bat. She's been dangerous today, both on the mound and in the batter's box. And now with the base is empty for her, she's going to try and get on them to start a rally for the Mammoths here in the top of the 7th, a last breath, if you will.
Torres Wera, 2 for 2 today, a single, double, and a walk. The pitch. Right to her again. Great defensive play by Takoko. Wow.
That was a rocket right back to her glove, and it almost slipped out of the top, but she got her glove up in time to get it. And then another easy toss to Parucci. That's 2 batters in a row where she's had to flash some leather, and great job by Takoko. And now 2 outs with Dylan Briggs. Well, excuse me, not Dylan Briggs, with Emma Nordstrom coming up to bat.
So I had to say Emma Nordstrom, she's 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and a fly out to center. The pitch again, and she'll take a low strike. I've noticed she likes to walk out of the box a decent amount whenever she gets a pitch she doesn't like.
She's locked in.
She really is. You can just see the seriousness in that stance. The pitch high. As she goes on it's the Nordstrom trot.
And, you know, although the Amherst isn't a power hitting team, if anyone can do it, you know, hit an extra base hit or even a homer, Nordstrom is one of those players who has that capability.
2 outs, the last breath for Amherst. Takoko looking to get a save, and that'll be low. 2-1 count. Not sure what that was about.
Umpires having a brief discussion about something. Nordstrom steps back into the box, 2-1 count.
It's getting colder. The pitch, line to right, foul. It's now 2-2. Last strike of the game incoming here for Takoko. On the last strike of the game, Nordstrom can keep it alive or get sent down for the win. Tufts looking to sweep this doubleheader, a win they need. As we said earlier, their record doesn't reflect their play, and they want to get as many wins as they can to improve to 8-10. The pitch, grounded to first. Takoko making the play. Parucci takes it herself, and that's the ball game. A huge, important win for Tufts. A comeback win, 7-6. A great game here today at Spicer, Jason.
That's right, Zach. And they faced some adversity in this game. After that 5-run inning, they had to come back, and then Lindsay Newman with that excellent extra base hit that got them the lead. You know, as you were saying before, with that record not really reflecting their play, in that road trip to Georgia that they had early in the season, they played some really good teams, some of the top teams in the country, and I think that sort of gave them a sense of toughness as they enter their NESCAC schedule. And so far, two doubleheaders with NESCAC teams, and they've swept both of them. So just an excellent job for the Jumbos. And for the Mammoths, they just want to look to regroup. They still have a winning record. They still have a good team going so far this season. But now 1-3 against NESCAC teams to open the season. So they're going to look to bounce back in their next series.
A great win today. And it's going to be Gillette getting the win for Tufts pitching, Takoko with a save. And as we mentioned, Lindsay Newman with the game-winning double today, saving the day for the Bows. It's been a great day here at Spicer, but it is getting cold and we want to get inside, so we're going to end things here today. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I was super happy to be joined by my amazing color commentator, Jason Straight. Behind the scenes, behind the camera is my main man, Jake Flosey, and running the camera today out in the cold, doing an incredible job is Micah Baum. Thank you so much for joining us on JumboCast. We'll be back next week with more lacrosse, baseball, and softball. And as always, stay home safely.